What's up, guys? My name's TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you guys one of my favorite casually fun decks that I'm going to be trying to take to locals more often. It's Burning Abyss, Fiendsmith. Now, for most people that don't run the Fiendsmith engine, you can play Burning Abyss with Phantom Knights or the Speedroid package or several different other packages that could fit with it. The reason why I'm bringing Fiendsmith is because it fits very well, allowing for a fusion and link package to allow you to play through more and set up more disruptions. This deck is a lot of fun and has a lot of capabilities to set up basically the same end board. However, it does allow you for a lot more playthrough. So, what are we going to be looking at today? We're just going to be taking a look at the deck list of this deck overall. Let's go ahead and get right into it then. So, right now I'm playing 3 Seer Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. This is our graveyard special summon. So when it's sent to the graveyard, we can target a Burning Abyss in our graveyard and special summon it. However, if you special summon it from your hand, you cannot activate that secondary effect. Seer is really good for recursion to get more of your graveyard monsters back onto the field so you can activate their effects. However, it does come with a bit of an issue. All the Burning Abyss monsters, unless their effect is negated or under Cherubini, will destroy themselves if another monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster is on the field. Well, there's a couple cards in this deck that I do play to get around that. But we're going to continue on with the Burning Abyss engine. I next play 3 Graph Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. This is our special summon from the deck. This card can, when sent from field to graveyard or sent from deck to graveyard or hand, basically if it's sent to the graveyard but not been special summoned by its effect, you can activate the effect to special summon a Burning Abyss monster from your deck. It's very great at being able to get you more resources onto your board to continue your plays. Next, I play 3 Skarm. This card is really great for recursion and being able to dig through your deck during the end phase. Skarm has the effect of also special summoning itself if you control no back row. However, the one thing is that during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add 1 level 3 Dark Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. A lot of people forget to trigger this effect, so when you do go to the end phase, you have to make sure to remember this effect. If not, you do miss your time to get your level 3 Dark Fiend, which could get you a Seer or a Graph, or a Farfa. Funny enough, if you watch the YouTuber Farfa, this is the card he really does enjoy. Farfa is a great card unto itself because it is a target banish of 1 monster on the field. So this can help you get around issues such as, let's say, Ryzeal Detonator if the monster negate has already gone through. This can at least get rid of the materials and banish Ryzeal Detonator from the field so you can continue your plays. Next, I do play 2 Libic. Libic is great unto itself because this card will let you actually special summon a Burning Abyss monster from your hand if it is sent from deck to grave, or just sent to graveyard in general. If it's special summon, you don't get the effect like normal. But it will let you special summon any of your Burning Abyss or level 3 Fiends from your hand and negate its effects, which is very helpful. Then I finally play the 1 Barbar. You can honestly replace Barbar with any of the other Burning Abyss level 3s because Barbar is just there as a time card for me, so I can enable a burn if I need to. I can send him to the graveyard, banish 3 Burning Abyss, and inflict 900 damage. He's really great for a time card, further allowing you to secure the win. That's all for the Burning Abyss monsters that I play in the main deck. However, for the extenders for that engine, I do play 3 Tour Guide of the Underworld. This card is a great normal summon and basically one of the best normal summons of the deck. Tour Guide of the Underworld is very beneficial because if it's normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 3 Fiend from your deck, but negates effects. That's where this comes in handy because it negates the effect of all the Burning Abyss monsters from blowing themselves up when they're summoned to the field. So you could take Tour Guide plus a level 3, go into a Dante, or a Cherubini, or a Goddess of the Underworld. It's very helpful to get your combo going. It is also a decent Ash target to bait out Ashes, which you don't really have to worry with this build. Next, I have 3 Buyo, the Dawn's Light. This card came out in Duelist Advance as a normal, or well, as a common. This card is really great for the deck. It helps you build up your board, and it negates the effect of a Burning Abyss monster on the field. So if you normal summon a Burning Abyss monster, then to your leftmost or rightmost zones, you can then use this card in hand, target that Burning Abyss monster, negate its effects, and then special summon this, and it's able to get you into another Link play, a Xyz play, whatever. Buyo is really great as well because when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Mutiny in the Sky from the deck to your hand. Mutiny in the Sky is a great spell card, which allows you to fusion summon by shuffling back resources from your graveyard into the deck. Then finally, for the supplemental package for the Burning Abyss cards, I play 2 Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Fiendish Rhino Warrior is really great because it is a normal summon, but if it's sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 Fiend monster from your deck to your graveyard. So this will let you trigger off any of the other Burning Abyss monster effects that you want, such as Graph or Seer, depending on what you have. You can even use Scarm at the end step just so you can get that extra card to your hand. Next, we go into the Fiendsmith package, which is 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, and 1 Lurie. Everybody knows what Engraver does. You could basically discard it, add a Fiendsmith spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Lurie is just a discard to special summon. Lacrima, you basically send a Engraver from deck to grave, or you just send 1 Fiendsmith card from your deck to the graveyard. The other effects of these 2 is you can special summon it from grave by shuffling back a Light Fiend to the deck or extra deck. This one is during your opponent's turn. You can target 1 Fiendsmith Link monster in your graveyard, shuffle this card into the deck. So you're going to shuffle Lacrima into the deck, special summon the Link monster you targeted from the graveyard back to your board. So it's just a great way to get further into the combo and being able to set up a recovery board if you need to. For hand traps, monster hand traps, I only play 3 Ash Blossom. I don't really have room for many more unless I was playing a 60 card variant, but if I was doing that, I would probably be playing Burning Abyss, Phantom Knight, Fiendsmith at that point, because the Phantom Knights are very beneficial with this deck as well. Next, for spells, I do play 2 Ultra Poly. This card is basically any 2 Burning Abyss monsters into a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, sorry. And then you can banish it the same turn and special summon those 2 back from the graveyard and go into a Link 3 or a Link 2 with Cherubini or Goddess of the Underworld, or you can go into your Dante play and mill. Ultra Poly, you do have to pay 2,000 and you have to use materials from, I believe, on your field only. But that's perfectly fine with this deck because you're going to be using a lot of monsters from your field instead of your hand. Next, I do play 2 Mutiny in the Sky. This card is just very beneficial because it lets you recur your resources a lot better. Get your effects and stuff while they're in the grave. However, this card does allow you to recycle cards that you do not want in the grave for call by or anything else. So you can go further with your combos and allow you to go into bigger Fiend or Fairy monsters that are fusions. I do play the 1 Fiendsmith Tract, so I do have the 1 Search. It's also just a great way to get Lurie going and an extra fusion if I need to. I do play the 1 Super Poly, as I do play the 1 Fiendsmith Fusion, where you can use a Fiendsmith monster plus another extra deck monster my opponent uses, and basically just go directly into it. I do play the 1 Foolish Burial because it's a free Burning Abyss effect activation. Then, for the spice of the deck, I do play 1 Rank Up Magic Astral Force. This allows me to take Dante and go into Pallades, so I get a free bounce. I've done this with my old deck build where rank up Astral Force lets me just go directly into Pallades to bounce itself if I want to get it popped so I can trigger off Dante effect or what other materials is attached to it, which is very beneficial for the deck overall. Finally, for the main deck, I play the 3 Infinite Impermanents. Infinite Impermanents just in there as another generic hand trap. What about the extra deck? Well, for the extra deck, I play the 1 Duke of Demise. This is great if you're looking for an extra normal summon, plus a way to just really get recovery back from your graveyard when using either Mutiny or the Fiendsmith Link 2, which I believe is Fiendsmith Sequence. That card allows you to just... this card allows you to just further extend. You can also use it in combination with Necroquip Princess to make your DDD Wave King Caesar. It's really helpful overall. The new addition to this deck is Loose the Dusk's Dark. Cards in your leftmost or rightmost zones that are monsters in your leftmost or rightmost main monster zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. So you can set up Caesar in one and then Loose in your right, or the other one. It's very helpful either way, but it gives itself protection if it's in the leftmost or rightmost zone. The best part is this card turns any Burning Abyss monster that's dead in your hand into a free pop. So if you were to have him on board and then summon a Burning Abyss monster and not have it protected by Fiendish Rhino Warrior, any negation effects, or Cherubini, it will pop itself. Well, when Loose sees a card pop itself, so for example, if another card you control is destroyed by card effect, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. That is not a hard once per turn. So, depending on how many Burning Abyss monsters you have, that can turn into 1 to 3 pops. It's very helpful overall. And plus, once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls, send one Fiend or Fairy monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that card. So that'll let you trigger off another Burning Abyss monster effect just by sending the card. It's just a great way to continuously pick through your opponent's board and just break through. It's also a 3500 beater, which is even better. Next, I do play the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. It's just for the 2 level 2 or the 2 level 3 darks that I have on board with the Ultra Poly. Just gives me extra access. It also gets the free copy of an effect of a monster on the field, which is very nice. Fiendsmith's Desiree. That is just our extra negation when we equip a link to it. So it helps a lot when we need to really get some negates on the board. I do have the 1 Fiendsmith's Rex Tremend. It's unaffected by effects except Fiendsmith cards while equipped with a Fiendsmith equip spell. You can use each of the following effects of Fiendsmith Rex Tremend once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, discard 1 card, send 1 light fiend monster from your deck or extra to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 other Fiendsmith card in your graveyard or banishment and add it to your hand. This card is really nice because it is a good super poly target if you have this and you've already used the effect negation. Plus, it allows you to trigger off further effects by discarding a Burning Abyss card to interrupt. So if you discard a Farfa to activate this card's effect, you get a Farfa target banish. That's all for the fusions that I have in the actual deck. However, I do play some Xyz as well, just in case I ever get debarriered or just lock down my extra deck. So, I do play 2 Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. This card's really great for recursion and just digging through and milling cards. This card can help you get through different occasions where you need to see more monsters in your graveyard, so you can trigger off a Mutiny in the Sky, a Fiendsmith effect, or a Burning Abyss effect. It's really helpful overall. Next, I play the 1 Constellar Pallades. Like I said, with rank up Astral Force, this card is really nuts because it allows you to bounce itself or an opponent's card. And then you can trigger off Dante's effect, which will allow you to add 1 Burning Abyss card from your graveyard back to your hand. So it's very helpful on that. Then I do play the 1 DDD Wave High King Caesar. Sorry if I mispronounced his name earlier. But basically, he's our Omni Negate for monster summoning. Basically, overall, just better control. Then finally for the links, I do play the one Fiendsmith's Requiem so we can get the Lacrima out and rolling. Next, I do play the one Fiendsmith Sequence just so we have a way to fusion summon without a fusion spell. I have the one Moon of the Closed Heaven, which is a great way of going through and getting that effect going with 2 Burning Abyss monsters on board. If we have those plus Cherubini, it just opens up a whole board, just allowing us to further continue on. Then, speaking of Cherubini, I do play 2 Cherubini Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss. This card is extremely important for the Burning Abyss archetype because it protects your fiends from nuking themselves, and it also allows you to send a Burning Abyss monster to target another monster on target one Burning Abyss monster you control, so itself or a Dante, or just another Burning Abyss monster, and basically get the effect or get the attack boost from that card being sent, or just to trigger an effect. So, for example, you're going second, you have Cherubini on board, you want to send a Graph so you can special summon from the deck. Or if you want to send a Seer to special summon from your graveyard. Or if you want to send a Farfa to banish. Overall, it is very helpful for the deck and allows you to further extend. But that's all I have for this deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. I do try to read through everybody's comments and get back to them as soon as possible. I do take into consideration of everything that is ever left on my videos, and I do appreciate it. But outside of that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?